change the title of Love Actually to Unhinged Actually, because this beloved holiday classic is utterly deranged. That, of course, hasn't stopped it from becoming practically everybody's favorite holiday movie, because the Christmas Hollywood industrial complex has somehow convinced us all that it's a feel-good holiday romp instead of the demented journey into madness that it actually is. First of all, nothing says Christmas like inappropriate workplace relationships. One of the central romantic tensions in this film is between the Prime Minister of Britain, played by Hugh Grant, and his assistant, played by Martine McCutcheon. But she's not even his most high-ranking assistant. She's the assistant's assistant's assistant. She, works for this lady. The power dynamics here could not be more cursed. As comedian George Fox put it in 2020, Grant's primary objective in this film is to pork the help. It's the kind of Yuletide hijinks that would at minimum be a one-way ticket to an international scandal, if not a resignation speech. And speaking of the help in question, you're a reminder that the assistant looks like this. So please tell me why. Explain it like I'm 5. That one of the running jokes of this film is how morbidly obese the assistant is. You can see her collarbones. Anyway, if you're nostalgic for the halcyon days of unattainable and insane body standards, have we got the movie for you? Then there's this guy, Mark, who in real life would be the subject of an 8-part Netflix true crime documentary series because he is obviously a sociopath. Mark is so desperately in love with his best friend's wife, played by a subtly terrified Keira Knightley, that the wedding video he was hired to make for them ends up being only shots of her, which is all depicted as tragically romantic in this insane motion picture, despite the fact that it plays more like something you'd find on a VHS tape hidden under the floorboards in the home of a recently apprehended serial killer. I mean, if we're keeping it a buck, the videotape from The Ring is less terrifying and more romantic than this wedding video old Buffalo Bill up here made. Oh, and also, the stalked wife in question was 17 at the time this film was made. Merry Christmas! But that's not even the most unhinged part of this movie. There is, for example, Colin Firth's storyline, who falls in love with his Portuguese-speaking housekeeper with whom he cannot even communicate, and is then given her hand in marriage by her gleeful father, who thinks it's actually a deal to sell his daughter into slavery. But even that is not as insane as the ending of this movie, in which this Little Prince-looking goofball, am I wrong? It's uncanny, jumps the security barriers at Heathrow to give his crush a Christmas Eve kiss, and somehow is not immediately taken out in a military strike, despite this film taking place just 2 years after 9/11. This film is a debacle, and a menace, and an assault on everything we hold dear, which is why I've already watched it twice since Thanksgiving, and will probably watch it again this weekend because there is no escaping its chamber of horrors. Free us!